Hello, welcome back to this short episode, mini episode, maybe impromptu episode of Retropical podcast. We just finished talking about EA, well, shit talking about EA, particularly on its ethics in terms of everything they're doing with their business, their game, their development. But now I just wanted to have a quick conversation with Leonard because this is a very impromptu because I feel like it's kind of a big deal happening right now in the internet right now on the internet right now. It's about Cuties. Uh, if you don't know what Cuties is, I don't suggest for you to check it out. More so, just read it out. Don't have to watch it. It's basically a Netflix film about a coming. It's supposed to be a coming of age film about a kid or a girl, 11-year-old girl, who is learning about her sexuality and how she's trying to break free from her parents' culture because from a Muslim family, and how she's trying to break free through that idea notion, and through that she's experiencing like her own sexual identification, I guess, through dancing with a group of girls. That's how she expresses herself, but it gets to become a bit promiscuous and a bit, skanky. But yeah, I just want to talk it out with Leonard about this and see how we think and how we feel about it, because I think we both share the same notion, Leonard.
Uh, well,
Um,
I do have like a little bit of an extra opinion regarding it, but I'll talk about it later. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I think in general a lot of people are not for it. I think a lot have. I feel like most, at least 90% or 99% of the general audience consensus is that it's horrible. It's, sexually objectifying little girls. And I've watched a few already beforehand. I've watched like the commentaries from like Critical, from Pegasus, from Diesel Patch, from I think Swell Entertainment also made, but I haven't watched that one. But I've watched like Shoe on the Head. Is it? I forgot her.
Yeah, shoe on the head. Yeah.
Yeah, Shoe on the Head, and also even Blair, what her name, Blair something, and some other YouTubers. So all of them are really against it. Like horrible. It's despicable, And I just wanted to just talk it out with you, Leonard, like how you feel about it, how you think about it. Because for me, I'm kind of on their side as well, because I feel like it is kind of distasteful, and I tried watching like the short scenes, because like when I was watching the commentary, some of them actually showed it. Oh yeah, 16 Leo also was talking about it too, but
Okay.
they did show some clips of the scene, right? And then I tried to search some of the scenes they were referring to on YouTube, and I was like, I actually had like a visceral reaction to it. Like I actually, my face was burrowed. I was cringing. I was like, "Ugh," like that. And
Uh-huh.
then I thought to myself, like, I think for a few like 10 to 15 minutes, I was like scared. I don't know why. Not because the FBI was gonna come and get me, or not because I was gonna get arrested. No, but more of like I felt like horrible. Like I felt like crying, and I don't know why. Is it because I felt vulnerable? Like I felt like this shit, like it's so bad that I'm crying, and I feel like I feel like ugh, gitu.
Okay.
Or like I think maybe I'm uncomfortable. Maybe I don't know, but that's what I got watching some of the scenes, and I was like, ugh. And
Mhm.
yeah, how do you feel about it, Leonard?
Okay, so but we're gonna get like what do I call it, like a weird reaction maybe from some people who's like gonna listen to this opinion, but like, so here's the thing, like especially regarding this whole entertainment, because it does give a greater sense of context, because I didn't see any of the clips. So
Yeah,
compared to you,
yeah,
right? I have
yeah.
not seen a single clip of this movie at all. If there is, I usually skip it. I haven't watched the
Yeah,
trailer. I haven't like the only thing I saw regarding this movie was the poster. I think
yeah.
the
Which is
one
a
that,
good
like,
which is a good move on your part.
yeah,
A good.
the only poster I saw was the one where like I think all four girls are posing or something in the
Yeah. The poster, right? Yeah.
yeah, the four the girls posing in that particular poster. Yeah, so that's the only one I saw,
Mm-hmm.
and like I don't know much like I said, I didn't see any clips, so I don't know how I would feel if I did see it. But the only one I can from the perspective of like, let's say the director, the person who made this movie, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about her specifically,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I do think the director is like maybe like got basically thrown under the bus by like Netflix based on like Swell Entertainment
Okay.
and 16 Leo's video, because those are the only two I've watched regarding this.
Yeah.
Because I really just don't wanna. I really don't want to see any clips for this
Yeah.
movie again.
I
Like I don't want the
think
FBI to fucking hunt me down like a.
I feel like for your sanity, I think it's
From,
better. Not to.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think, like I said, for like the aspect of like the fact that like these girls are like twerking or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know why the premise was like that to begin with. That's one opinion I had.
Yeah.
Right. So one opinion I had is like why is this a thing?
Yeah.
And like the third and the other aspect of it for me is like I feel bad for the director because I know that this was not her intent, right?
Yeah, I heard also it was coming actually from a good place, right? Because she wanted to promote the idea of like awareness that like, you know, like women who sell for sex, for example, it carries on to the younger audience, and they
Yeah,
get
yeah,
they,
yeah.
you know, they get impressionable by it, and then they get influenced by it, and that gets ruined
Yeah,
their
and like
lives, right?
basically trying to basically shed light into basically sexualizing. I'm not sure it was sexualizing children or just sexualizing in general in movies, right?
Yeah,
So like I
yeah,
think the director was trying to shed light into that
yeah,
aspect, but Netflix, from what I understand, Netflix marketing basically ruined the whole movie and basically
oh,
made it into this like really creepy what do I call it, like really creepy like pedocentric movie.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Which I guess
yeah.
again I think it's a shame, honestly,
Mm.
because like if I didn't know anything about the movie before, right?
Yeah.
If they just posted this on like fucking like Garuda Indonesia like movie section flight thing, because like there's a lot of like movies there, right, that they put down.
Yes.
If they just put that there, I would have not bet a fucking eye. I don't think I would have fucking cared.
Really?
I don't think so. I like at least if the description was fine and like the poster was like more what do you call it, more appropriate.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my opinion. Because like I said, there's a lot of weird movies like that. Like these are like okay, like Cuties, or I think the French is like Mignonis or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if this movie was marketed in a different way, I probably would have not bet an eye. And not in, like this is not me saying like, oh, I would have fucking watched kids twerk or some shit like that. No. It's like there's a lot of weird freaking movies out there, and this is not the only movie that's like that, you know.
Yeah.
If that
Yeah.
makes any sense. Because
Yeah.
I think there was another movie that I found out that had some kind of controversy. I think it's called Nymphomaniac or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about a woman basically being addicted to sex or something like that. And that's kind of like a weird movie, technically. I don't know anything about it, but I do know it's like gained some controversy.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And like if they mark and like I said, if they put this in like some kind of like Netflix hidden section or in like Garuda Indonesia flight, and they put like proper posters and stuff like that, I would have not bat an eye. I wouldn't even care. Because I would have never watched it to begin with.
Yeah.
Right? But I think the marketing definitely like
Added fuel to the fire.
Essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Because I feel like I think because of the whole how, because I mean, okay, we don't have to explain it because I think it's already very, very, very like famous, I guess, how Netflix kind of like advertised the situation, right? But I felt like if Netflix hadn't done it that way, if they had just stick to the original poster, perhaps, and description wise they changed it a little bit or something like that, I don't think they would have attracted pedophiles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be as if they meant this to attract pedophiles, then like they're doing it correctly right now. You know what I'm saying? If that was their intention, because it seemed like it was their intention by the way they marketed it, right?
Yeah, I think like based on what I heard from the director and stuff like that, I think that was the real intent.
What? For pedophiles?
No, for basically. Oh my god. No.
Caution with your words, my dude.
Yeah, I have to be very, very careful with what I say.
I literally just said it was Netflix who tried. If they meant for this to be attracted, for this to be attracting pedophiles,
No,
they're doing it
sorry,
right
but
way.
like what I meant is like the director at least, not the Netflix. Sorry, the director.
Yeah.
Because I think the intent of the director to begin was basically like I think criticizing or at least shed light to the fact that like there are movies out there that does this type of thing.
Yeah.
Like that was the intent, right?
Yeah.
That was the intent. Like basically saying that there are movies that like pedophiles basically jack off to, and like it's a little messed up. And this is what I felt the from what I've heard from like Shuon Head or Swell Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was what the movie was trying.
Yeah, it was trying to say like for little girls to not be quickly to be aware of their sexuality or whatever yet, because it's not their type yet, right? Because they're just fucking 11-year. No wait, that's wrong.
Yeah, no, that yes, see, like you have to be very careful.
They're just 11 years old. Yeah, I get what you mean, but I think for me personally, like, I think maybe not the director. I think to me it's like I get what you mean by the director was coming from a good place in her intention of making a film like this, right? But Netflix, the marketing fucked it up. So in a way, they kind of attracted unwanted people.
Almost like the opposite of what they were trying to.
Of what she was trying to do, right? In a way.
What she was trying to do,
yeah. But I also think that the film in itself, even maybe without Netflix kind of making it worse by marketing it in such a way, I think the movie in itself is also very, very weird. Not weird in a sense where it's like it's acceptable weird. It's kind of like, why did you have to do that kind of weird, you know?
Like risque, is it?
Because the thing is, I have watched some of the scenes, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm hoping that I didn't watch the most extreme ones, because I feel like if this was the extreme ones, like I have committed some sort of sin. Probably. But I heard that there were more like really, really way worse disgusting scenes that
that wasn't like shown in like YouTube channels.
I don't think so. Yeah, but essentially, like for me to just describe it to you, it's basically like there were a lot of butt shots and like clit shots. You know, not clit. Sorry.
Really?
Not clit, but like the area, the regional area shots.
Yeah, like the groin shots, right?
Yeah, of those girls.
God. Okay, I didn't know about that.
That's why I knew. That's why I knew the director was coming at a good place. Like she wanted to show off. Like she wanted to show that the journey of a child, like learning about like sex or whatever, right? But for you to cinematographically, whatever the word is, like your cinematography, to zone in on like when they are dancing, it's like you see their butt shaking, and then them making like very risque like expressions. You zoom in on their faces doing that, and literally having a scene where the main character teaches her group members how to do that. I don't get the point of like why they have to show it. You know what I'm saying?
I see. Yeah, I guess that. Like, thank God, I didn't even know about that. Like I said, I didn't see any clips of this.
Wait, but you on the head kind of showed some parts of the clips, right? Didn't you?
Yeah. Like I said, I skipped through.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Because I didn't watch.
I only know the faces of the main character, but other than that, I don't know anything else. Like,
oh, okay. Yeah, cause I saw like I think 16 Leo mentioned it a bit, like gave a bit of the clip. Oh, even who was that guy? Ben Shapiro also actually mentioned it.
I don't know.
and like basically I saw the clips, right? It was like zoomed in on their butts and stuff like that, and there were moments where like she was teaching her group mates how to grind on the floor. Like she was holding her friend's shorts while the friend was on the floor, pulling it up and down to explain like how you kind of like grind on the how you hump the floor. There were montages of this, like 2 to 3 minute montages of this. I did not see the whole thing,
Yikes.
but
Yikes.
that's
No.
why I feel like okay, this is not in a good. This was not executed well. It was horrible.
It was really bad.
There was
I didn't know anything about
There was even a scene where like the girl she wants to take her brother's phone and her brother didn't let her take his phone, right? And she kind of like tried to strip in front of him, and he was like, "What the fuck?" And then
I would say the
I
same.
would also say, "What the fuck?" Right? Like she was about to zip down her pants or whatever, and then the brother kind of like dropped his like she tussled with the brother to steal the phone, and she managed to steal the phone, and she went to the toilet. The brother was like begging on the floor, begging on the door, like give me back my phone and shit like that. And then you see her going to the by the wall, like on the floor at the corner of the toilet, taking off her pants, and then taking a picture of her crotch, and then posting it online, and then closing the app, and then offing the like switching off the phone, and then giving it back to her brother. And in my head, I was like, what is the point of this scene? Like, I don't know other than inciting or inviting those people that you don't want that are like illegal to enjoy it, you know? I think that's the thing that I was like, okay, I can see why everybody is so angry by it, because it's like, what's the whole point of doing that? Like, you could show it from a different light, you know?
Okay, maybe I gave the director too much credit.
I
didn't know about this.
I mean, no, I get what you mean, though. I do understand where the director's coming from, too, because I saw parts of it where the director was explaining how, like, it was because she saw little girls dancing very sexually. That's why she kind of was, like, inspired to make this kind of movie, because she wanted to show how much, like, you know, times have changed, and now little girls have become, like that. They've become very sexualized.
Matured, you know? And their, like, sexuality matured
Yeah.
faster, right?
Yeah. But you could have done it in a different way where, like, we don't have to definitely see literal little girls, literal 11 years old, shaking their ass and taking a picture of their crotch, or, like, doing all these sorts of blowing up condoms by the forest kind of shit.
Did that actually happen? No, right?
Yeah, they found a condom in the forest and they decided to blow. Like a balloon.
Very uncomfortable.
I don't know. I mean, to me, like it's not something you want to see because it's little girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
yeah. You don't want to see that in a movie or like whatever.
Yeah, but I get the whole point. It's like you have to invoke a sort of uncomfortability, which is true, because now we become uncomfortable about it. But it's just like, I don't think it's the right way or the most best way to do it, or the safest way to do it, because now there is a literal movie that pedophiles can actually just freely watch and say this is actually an award movie that like, it's not supposed to be a wrong thing to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's the thing that got me a bit like, this show is really this movie is really weird. But I think for me the worst part was, like, I think 16 Leo and someone else mentioned it. I think it was Charlie. Yeah, I think it was Charlie who mentioned it. Imagine the audition tapes of all the girls who have, like, auditioned for the roles.
Oof. Yeah.
So that's what I was like, holy shit, they were right. Like, imagine, because I heard there were around maybe 100 to 300 girls auditioning for it, right, for the roles.
Yeah, imagine like the sheer amount of, like, girls having to, holy shit.
Yeah, and then imagine if it gets leaked out, or imagine if someone evil or someone, like, malicious wanting to sell it online to, like, online predators. That that in itself is an issue, right? So
Yeah.
I felt like, damn, like they make a good point. Like for girls, little girls to actually be in these kinds of roles and actually auditioning for it and having it like filmed, them auditioning for it, like you can use that tape for anything. You know what I'm saying? If it gets in the wrong hands, anything can happen with that tape. You know. So that's what I was concerned with in that sense of like, yeah, I don't think little girls should be playing this. And then at the same time, like a lot of people were saying, like, don't let 11 years old play this lah. Let like more like let the adults play the children role. And I think I don't really agree with that too, because in an artistic sense, I understand why it has to be real little girls, right? Because if your purpose is supposed to make it like powerful, or you're supposed to make it like scarring, little girls would be effective because they are the little girls. If it's just like an adult playing as a little girl, you can tell it's an adult. Unless like you find like a really young looking adult lah. I think that's one way to go. But if like for example you cast like I don't know Reese Witherspoon to play as the little girls, I don't think that works, right?
Yeah.
That's my point. But
Yikes.
me defending it does not mean that it's correct. Yeah, I'm just saying in an artistic point of view, I get why it had to be little girls, but I'm not commending it. I'm not saying it's supposed to be the case. I'm just saying like I can see why like having it played, like having adults play it also sort of not a good idea, like in terms of the artistic sense of it. In general, I think it shouldn't be made at all. Somebody even pointed out like if you want to make this as an awareness kind of thing, why not kind of like make an why not make a documentary of like interviews of adults who have gone through this when they were kids, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point actually.
I think that would have made it more sense, because then you can see the effects it has later on down the line in terms of
Down
like
the
from
line.
childhood to adulthood. Yeah.
Because like
But
even if you see it right then and there as like what do you call it? Because you're looking the movie in the perspective of the kids as well, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So like in addition to creepy, it's not as effective because then you're thinking it's like, oh, these are just kids. They'll
Kids.
eventually learn. They'll eventually understand, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And the worst part is like the audience for this movie is not meant for kids. So I don't get
Yeah,
why.
kids are not gonna watch this anyway because they have like
Exactly.
you're not presenting this in like Netflix Kids or
Yeah,
uh,
which is the red flag, also the first red flag I think for us to consider. It's like you're making this to be an adult movie because you said that it's kind of like rated, but then the people who are playing it are kids. So literally you're watching little kids play. Like I don't know. I feel like it's a bit, I get why it's a bit weird, and it's also like something to do with sexuality. So it's like all together, and with the whole Netflix advertising strategy, it's like it's literally like a pedophile heaven, I guess. You know? And I think that's the thing that kind of made me kind of like icky about this thing. I mean, if you want to watch the scenes, you can, I guess, later on. But I just
really
warned
fun.
you. Yeah, but I've warned you.
You told me just from the description.
It's not fun. But yeah, I think that's the only thing that I wanted to say. See, it's just basically the fact that like I can see why this is a bad thing, but you know, I know that the director, like you said, the director didn't mean for it to be this bad. It's just that their execution was shit, you know? And the thing is, what I found was like flabbergasting was that there was this one YouTuber who actually made a comment on it on how it's actually good. And then hello?
Hello, yeah.
Yeah. And then he admitted that like the girls were sexy and hot. He admitted in camera that he's not gonna deny the fact that they were good looking and hot. And it did raise some sort of sexual like notion in him. And I was like, bruh,
Absolutely yikes.
Yeah, and all of the commentary channels, like all of them are going at him, like pitchforking him, because like he yeah, it wasn't even satire, because I thought it was satire too. Even Charlie thought it was satire, but apparently he has been like historically known for these kinds of like opinions that are like fucked up, you know. And the moment I know that it's kind of like serious, it's also because he said, I think if I'm not wrong, he said, I forgot what, but I think I watched a bit of his. No, no, not his video, but I watched someone talking about it, so I remember he mentioned it in the clips. But he was saying somehow of like how this is good. This is this movie is like really good, as in like it's equivalent to Last of Us 2. And that's when I know. That's when I know.
We've
That's
had
when
this
I know.
talk. We've had this talk.
That's when I know we were like. That's when I know this is the whole idea of like maybe in his head it's like it's good concept, but to us it's like shitty execution. You know.
Yeah, really terrible execution. I think is what's happening.
But I just thought it was like fucking ridiculous that the same person who likes Last of Us 2 also likes this abomination of a movie. So I was just like, damn, that's there right there. That's there. FBI over there.
Over there,
That's
sir. It's right over there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's all that I have to say about the movie. It's scary. I don't really want to watch it. I'm done watching the short clips from it because I feel like I'm gonna I'm gonna cry or have some like mental breakdown because it's
Okay,
too.
like my problem, like my little takeaway is that like during the festival where this movie was first shown,
Yeah,
people didn't have problems with that. That was very not. But then you tell me about the short clips, and now I'm like, those are a bunch of red flags.
exactly. That's why this is the thing that I want to talk to you that I said I will mention later on. It's just like some people think it's a French thing, right? But I don't think it's actually a French culture thing. I just think it's more of like maybe people look at it in the arts. They look at it in the arts perspective, like they don't see it as like a illegal thing, but they see it as like it's artsy. So they don't really pay attention. They didn't really pay attention to the whole like zoom in on the butts and whatever. They look at it in the bigger picture of like what the story is telling. But I can see why, like in terms of execution, it's not good.
Yeah. Man.
That's what I have a problem with. Like the way like when is art see too much?
I mean, there's a lot of movies that are kind of like that, where it's like trying to be artsy in a very provocative way. Not just
Yeah, yeah.
sexually, but like almost like in a violence way as well. Because I think there was one horror like murder movie where it's like very colorful, very artsy, but then it's like really just confusing, fucked up.
Yeah. I get what you mean. Because I remember. I think I had a phase where I liked watching. Like I was interested in French movies, right? And then one of the French movies that I saw was not saw, but one that I was considering watching was like about this coming of age. I think it's always something to do with coming of age that's always weird when it comes to like movies. I don't know if it's only French movies,
I
but
think it's not just movies in general. I think it's like stories as well. It's
there's
like
always something weird about coming of age.
because again I get reminded of I don't know if you know this manga, but it's called Oyasumi Punpun.
No, I have not heard of that.
That one is really fucked up as well.
Should I search it up? I don't know. I don't
Go
know.
ahead if you want, but like it's pretty
Okay.
fucked up.
Oh, Yasumi Sun.
Punpun.
Okay.
Pun. Oyasumi Punpun or Good Night Punpun.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh, it's that penguin, right?
Yeah, it's a penguin one. Have you read that before?
I haven't, but I remember they said it was like disturbing, right? Because the penguin
It's
is like kind of fucked up. Right?
it's really fucked up, and like it's also technically a coming of age story. So maybe it's just coming of age
Oh.
story in general that's like weird, fucked up.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Because the thing is like the one that I remember like coming across was about like this coming of age story about this girl. I think she's straight, but then she met this other girl who had blue hair, and then like it was like some sort of like lesbianism kind of coming of age story.
Mhm.
And I was still like I think 13 or 14 at the time, so I remember just seeing like the trailer, and I was like, okay. Even in my big brain, I like my big brain, but basically in my small little pea brain when I was a kid, even I knew that like okay, I shouldn't be watching this because I feel like I won't be able to understand it to the degree of a an adult, because I'm too young for this shit, gitu.
Yep, yep, yep.
But then I realized like maybe that's just how it is. Like those artsy fartsy um movies are like that. Like it's just fucked up, or like ethereal in a sense where you don't understand what's going on, But I can see why in terms of Cuties it's different, because in Cuties it might have a huge impact on not only the actresses, not only on the audition people, the girls who audition, but also on the pedophile communities, how it could be a move for them or some shit like that. So I get where everyone's like anger is coming from.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, that's basically my take on it, my hot take on it.
I don't know about this movie now. Because, like, now that you told me about the scenes. Because, like I said, at first I was like, I had mixed feelings. Like, I think the movie was going for, like, it was trying to be in the right place, just poorly done, poorly executed, or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe, like, I was also thinking that maybe this is, like, mostly the fault of Netflix with their like poor marketing, or like marketing it very confusingly and weirdly.
Which is also their fault, see, in a way. This is also kind of their fault, but yeah.
And originally that was what I was thinking for the most part. Like I was thinking like maybe the director didn't, like if you actually watch the movie it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
But then you told me about the clips and like
I don't know. I just think to me it's like they could have even started, like they could have actually still done that kind of plot line, but they didn't have to show it so explicitly. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember seeing people saying that like there were some movies that were like this too, but they didn't show it directly how it's happening, how they're grinding on the floor and stuff like that. They could have just cut that idea out, But they didn't. They made it fully fleshed out like that, and it was just. Even if it wasn't there, it wouldn't be a problem. You know what I'm saying? But
I think so. Yeah. I was also thinking about like that was my original thought as well.
Yeah, like if it wasn't there, would it have ruined the message that it would carry?
I was trying to say, yeah.
I don't think so. I think it would have helped even more without any of the backfalls, shortfalls that's happening right now. But yeah, I think that's what I have in mind. What do you have? Do you have anything else?
Like that's my also most takeaway as well. Like, if assuming that what Netflix did with the posters and also the description of the movie or whatnot, if they didn't do the things that they did, would the movie even get as much backlash as it did? That's like, because like I said, there's a lot of like weird fucked up movies out there, but like not as bad, like, but nothing as notorious or as like high profile as this,
I think honestly, I think it would get some backlash, but I don't think it would have gotten the amount of audience it did now. It did, like, it has now, Because I feel like I'm pretty sure there will be someone on a commentary channel which will talk about it and how it's like sexualizing kids, and will raise the awareness, but it won't be as catastrophic as now. Because now, if you think about it, it's more of like they have opened up the gates, literally actively open up the gates for certain type of people gravitating towards these things will automatically watch it, as compared to if they just made it as a normal thing. They wouldn't have known about it until like if they really search deep within the Netflix options,
Yeah.
That's my point. See, yeah. Either way, it's poor taste, I would say. Just like Last of Us 2, it was executed horribly, even though it tried to make a good like awareness point. Yeah. Yep, I guess that's all. You have anything else?
Not really.
Okay, I mean,
because I'm mostly just like a little bit shocked about the description that you made regarding the clips. Because like I said, I thought this movie was at the very least defensible. That was my position starting.
Yeah.
This like from the beginning of this podcast. Because I
Yeah,
thought that maybe if we're talking specifically about the movie, I was like, can point out, I was, oh, maybe it's just like Netflix's fault. The director was like
yeah,
pretty much okay with this, or like it's fine. Like the content the director tried to make wasn't as bad, or blah blah blah.
yeah.
And then I heard about the descriptions, like,
I think if you are kind of concerned or like you're kind of like interested. Interest is not the word. Uh, if you if you're like if you're kind of like what is it called?
concerned, curious.
No, yeah, if you're kind of curious or like you want to know where I'm getting at, I mean, it wouldn't hurt for you to kind of watch another commentary and maybe see if they pull out like a scene or a clip from it, and then you'll
Yeah, so
understand.
like, I think the one that I only watched was like from
So,
Swell
yeah.
Entertainment. Yeah.
and I don't think she would have posted it like the short clips, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I even Charlie didn't. I think the one who did was like more like 16 Leo, and then Pegasus, and then I forgot this other guy, but yeah, it's basically these people who are like they have the short clips, so maybe you can watch it from there. But yeah, I mean, what else can we say from the fact that there is a form of entertainment that has already been made, and somehow all of us have heard of it and are aware of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess that's my impromptu. Cuties scares me a little bit. Yeah, that's it. You have anything else to say?
No,
All right.
because I don't know, like, because if I say anything, I'm not sure whether I can like defend it again. Because like I said, originally starting out, I was thinking I'm gonna
I
defend
know.
Cuties in some way. I'm gonna be the bad cop, good cop. Yeah,
Yes.
situation. You're the good cop and the bad cop.
Yes.
And now I'm like, at the end of this podcast, like, oh my god, what the fuck? What's wrong with me?
It's like a white and black situation right now. So
Yeah, it's not
there's
great because I didn't know about the clips. Like I said, I mostly try to skip it just in case there was
Yeah.
actually like properly like disgusting things in the movie.
Yeah. But like I said, you can just try to check it out,
Really
and then
don't want to.
maybe in a few days you'll be like, "Oh, I understand it
I
all."
really don't want
You don't have
to.
to. I'm not forcing you because I feel like it's also kind of a good thing if you're not exposed to it too. Because
I mean, can you imagine if it's part of my like browser history and it's just like fucking hey.
I mean, it's already part of my browser history, so there's
How about you're
that.
different? I'm like a 20-year-old
Seriously.
guy.
No. We're in the same boat, okay? If the FBI is coming for your ass, it might as well just come for my ass. If tomorrow I disappear,
I don't know where you've
you know
been.
how it is.
You know what's funny? We might even meet
Oh, yeah. We might
in
even be in
one
the
cell.
Oh my god. Should I even post this? I think. Is Craig even listening to this? Oh my god.
Yeah, Craig is listening.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's okay.
I guess
Like
that's
I think we've said worse shit. I'm not sure whether.
Yeah, I guess, but I think this one is a bit more sensitive because it's about kids. But it's all good. We it's not like we are sexualizing them, right? We're just talking about the fact that it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. Okay. Anyways, before anything else happens, I think that's it. Thank you for listening. Cuties scares me once again. Leonard doesn't know much about it, but if he does, probably he'll get back to you next week and tell me how bad it is. But yeah, that's it. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.